Welcome back to News Dump. Look who it is.
Yeah, it's a special Friday version of News Dump because you're watching this right now, but I'm in San Antonio with Elliot, and Phil's here.
I'm here spinning in his chair. Like a cool guy.
Well, let's get into the news that we need to dump all over your face. With the recent co-opting of Spider-Man into the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe and the acquisition of 20th Century Fox from Disney, it's more confusing than ever to try and figure out who will own what whenever it's released. Then there's the question of how integrated some of these characters, which were previously owned by competitors, will become when the deal between Disney and Fox is finally finalized. Will there be reshoots to make references to other Marvel properties? Will we get cameos in Fox or Sony-produced Marvel movies that wouldn't have been possible just a year or two ago? We're not quite sure yet, but there's been a shuffle for movie release dates across Marvel properties, wherever they exist, that honestly creates more questions than answers.
Yeah, so to be clear, these are all Fox Marvel, not Marvel Studios Marvel. But again, Marvel Studios Marvel just technically purchased Fox Marvel, so maybe that's why these dates are being shuffled. But we just wanted to be clear that currently we think that these are still just Fox Marvel, and there's no reason to assume that the shuffle is to include Marvel Studios, Marvel characters in them, or vice versa. Although you never can tell, we really don't know.
Yeah, we had to get that out of the way just to clarify, even though you're probably more confused now.
It's a lot, but here's the deal. First up, the good news. Deadpool 2 is coming out early as it moves up 2 weeks from its previous release date of June 1st to its new release date of May 18th.
Woo!
Yay!
Yeah.
Now the less good news. New Mutants is getting pushed back all the way to 2019. This movie was supposed to be released April 19th, but will instead be dropping on February 22nd of 2019. The long-awaited Gambit movie has also been pushed back, no surprise there, and will totally, they swear, be released on June 7th, 2019 instead of next February. Write it down on your calendar.
Mark it, because it's totally happening.
I bet you it happens.
So, okay, what the hell's going on here? Well, first of all, we should talk about the fact that the Gambit movie has been cursed since the beginning, and if you've watched our show for years, the years that this thing has been in development, you'll know just how sad and depressing the production cycle of this movie is. And again, I should mention it, I do every time we talk about the Gambit movie. I'm actually excited about this because I really liked the character when I was growing up. Here's the thing, though. Channing Tatum,
Dreamy hunk.
still involved.
Dreamy hunk.
So as long as he's around, there's probably still a chance that it could get made. But at this point, he might just have to make the entire movie himself because yet another director has dropped off the project.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Gambit here on my iPhone.
I mean, that'd be cool, right? He does it all on his phone, YouTube style?
People are calling this his Deadpool, but I feel like Ryan Reynolds really championed Deadpool, and there was a heavy demand for that character, and he kind of brought that in. Well, I don't know if Channing Tatum quite has the gas tank to get this made, but since the beginning of its production, the film has publicly lost 3 directors now, with Rupert Wyatt, famous for films like Rise of the Planet of the Apes, dropping out first back in 2015. Then Doug Liman, famous for the Bourne films and Edge of Tomorrow.
Or Live, Die, Repeat, depending on when you saw it.
Or Go, if you're a 90s kid. He dropped out a year later, and now Gore Verbinski has joined the ex-Gambits club. Boom, boom. Verbinski seemed to be like a decent, if not a little uninspired, fit for the film, having directed other projects like Pirates of the Caribbean and The Lone Ranger.
He could obviously handle a big budget movie, but it didn't make me very excited to have him
you went Gore Verbinski and you were like, oh, like they kind of went down.
Well, that's what it really says about it, is like when I saw Gore Verbinski attached, I was like, okay, cool, it's gonna at least get made. It's gonna get made.
It's gonna get made. It's a boring enough studio choice where they're not gonna replace him later on. But yeah, now he's left the project as well, citing scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
Still, though, they've got a date. Not that it means anything, but if they're really planning on getting this thing out the door, we can expect some news on a new director soon. And you know what they say about a Gambit movie, 4th time's a charm.
Yeah, that's like his big quote, right, in all the comic books?
Everybody, he's like, 4th time's a charm, Mona.
Yeah.
And he throws it, but like with even a worse accent than that.
All right, now wait, stop. Okay, we have to take a pause here really quick. And I know this is gonna be a little jarring, but we gotta just wedge it in here. Before we get into why it might make sense that Deadpool's moving forward 2 weeks, we have to address something going on at Sony's Marvel Productions, because you may or may not be aware, but they're definitely still making a Venom movie, even though they share the Spider-Man universe with Marvel Studios and Sony is not being bought out by Disney yet. Anyways, the film has a damn good cast with Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Woody Harrelson, Riz Ahmed, and Jenny Slate, all confirmed to appear. And this week, we got our first look at Tom Hardy in character as reporter Eddie Brock, which isn't really that exciting. It's just a picture of Tom Hardy. But alongside this marketing push came something very special. Over on the official, and I had to check this and make sure the actual verified Sony Pictures Twitter account.
Had a blue check. It was there.
Couldn't believe it. They posted a very, just incredibly big hype-building teaser that is sure to get you pumped.
Or confuse the shit out of you, because basically it's honestly an absurdist masterpiece that seems like it was either put together by someone who worked on the Tim and Eric show or was edited together by some kind of weird algorithm. You know what? Why don't you just have a look at this thing and see all the crazy and bask in it?
I'm here on the set of our film Venom, and up until this point, we've had a completely closed set. So you guys are the first people in the entire world to visit our stages. We want to be as true as possible to the comics with our film, but our story is primarily based on the Lethal Protector and the Planet of the Symbiotes books. Yeah, I thought I'd introduce you to my good friend Tom Hardy here, AKA Eddie Brock.
I just wanted to say that I give you my word of honor that I'm going to do everything I can to deliver the best Venom that I possibly can muster. Since I can't be there, I've got one of these really cool t-shirts. We left you one each. I've modified mine, so you're gonna have to modify your own. But that's for you. Thank you so much, Sao Paulo.
So there you have it.
Hey,
Are you excited for Venom yet? And then cut the crowd.
yeah, we just keep cutting the
Just
crowd
keep
in.
cutting the crowd in.
Yeah.
All right, so get out there and make your own custom T-shirts, kids. But
Put more crowd in here on us. We want to look.
We want to be as
oh, I can feel.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, but back to Deadpool being moved forward.
Yeah. Okay. So this has less to do with Deadpool as its own movie, and probably more to do with that Han Solo film called Solo. Disney/Fox might have made the decision to move Deadpool before Solo because they think it's gonna bomb pretty hard that came out, and they want to clear the runway for it so that people don't switch between seeing Avengers Infinity War, which comes out on May 4th, then maybe or maybe not seeing Solo based on reviews, which could just make people skip it altogether because Deadpool was coming out right afterwards. Now, with Deadpool 2 dropping before Solo, the Solo film has nearly a month after it's released without much competition, at least in the major live action movie space.
Sort of like to just turn the fan on in the bathroom and just clear out that Solo smell they might need to.
Yeah.
But regarding the worry about the Han Solo film Solo, it came out right around Christmas via a source close to the film's production that Disney is bracing themselves for the Han Solo movie to bomb. They were worried about it before all the Last Jedi controversy, but now they're essentially writing Solo off. The lead actor, Alden Ehrenreich, can't act, and they had a dialogue coach on hand for all of his scenes. On top of that, the script is unworkable. It's going to be a car crash.
That was a quote from
And
the
that was
source.
a quote from.
Yeah.
That wasn't just me being a dick.
Yeah.
And
You're clear on this.
and that's yes. I'm
Don't worry about it.
I'm poof.
Yeah.
Dodge that.
This
one.
was somebody else saying it.
A different mouth.
People are saying
People are saying
literal quotes.
I usually say things like bomb, car crash, and
Yeah.
to be real mean about stuff. But to add to all that really damning quote, there are even more rumors popping up about more reshoots just months before this film's going to be released with the film's new director, Ron Howard. Remember him? Of course, all this could just be a strategic move by Disney to temper expectations for the film, but from the outside looking in, it seems like a bit of a mess so far, to say the least. To temper that expectation, not looking good.
That's the thing. You go see it now and you're like, hey, that wasn't bad.
Yes, that's it. If someone's like, Solo's gonna be amazing, and then you see it, you're like, it was good. I mean, Rogue One didn't get crazy amounts of hype, but some people were still let down because they came off of Episode 7. If they temper this down, people
Tempered expectations.
pretty good.
But let's get into trailers that dropped this week for stuff that we're pretty excited about. And first up, we got a trailer for Teen Titans Go
Boom.
to the movies.
Boom.
Nice. Which looks like it'll be the perfect thing to take the piss out of the overly serious current slate of DC movies, and it even does so in the trailer itself. Here's some explanation about what this movie is going to be about from the synopsis. It seems to the teens that all the major superheroes out there are starring in their own movies. Everyone but the Teen Titans, that is. but the de facto leader Robin is determined to remedy the situation and be seen as a star instead of a sidekick. If only they could get the hottest Hollywood film director to notice them. With a few madcap ideas and a song in their heart, the Teen Titans head to Tinseltown, certain to pull off their dream. But when the group is radically misdirected by a serious supervillain and his maniacal plan to take over the Earth, things really go awry. The team finds their friendship and their fighting spirit failing, putting the very fate of the Teen Titans themselves on the line.
It sounds epic, but it's light.
Teen Titans is fun. I like it. They make adult jokes in that show, and it is.
It's a thing that parents can watch with kids. And
I put it on when I was home for Christmas in front of some family members' kids, and they were like, "Okay, this might be a little too adult for them," because there was some. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it goes.
It could. I think in a movie specifically, it'll be like the Lego Batman movie, where there's enough for kids to see, but there's a lot of nods for the parents.
Goes over their heads.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah.
Let's take this car and yank it into oncoming
U-turn.
traffic in the completely opposite end of fun on the spectrum, unless you're a horror fan. The first trailer of the new Hellraiser reboot titled Hellraiser Judgement, and the trailer shows off some intensely gruesome imagery that should have horror fans pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly stuff in here, which is.
It looks intense. There's a lot going on. There's a lot with the monsters, and I remember we were talking about the old Hellraiser films the other day, and so much of them, someone who hadn't watched them was like, are they worth watching? And it's kind of like but to see the monster design of Clive Barker and all that stuff, like there was a guy with a CD mouth, and there was a cameraman who got a camera jammed in his head, and it was just kind of cool to see these things happen.
Yeah, this looks like a work in just like, let's see how fucked up we
deranged.
Can be, and deranged in a movie while using Hellraiser as a vehicle for it. So I'm excited for it based on the trailer.
As the frame, it looks a little bit like a Saw movie where you have some detectives going up against stuff, but the detectives Sean and David Carter are on the case to find a gruesome serial killer terrorizing the city. Joining forces with Detective Christine Edgerton, they dig deeper into a spiraling maze of horror that may not be of this world. Hint, judging from the trailer, it looks pretty messed up, and I don't think that they're from the city. Bad people are.
And we're sure that you've already seen this, but there's also a new Black Panther trailer that was released to promote the fact that tickets are now on sale for this film, which will hit theaters next month and on February 16th. And I guess it doesn't even matter that we're showing it to you now, because Black Panther officially had the biggest first-day ticket pre-sale in Marvel history. It makes sense. The movie looks awesome, and as more and more theaters allow for pre-sale and seat selection, people are going to want to lock down those seats for huge movies like this, because you'll get left out to dry on day one, and then everyone's going to be spoiling it for you.
Guess they're going to tell you secrets. He rips a car off a tire. But no, it's...
he rips a car off a tire. It's just the tire sitting there on the road. It was loose.
And the Batmobile comes on through. But no, people... we did talk about this on another show, and people kind of schooled me on Twitter about why the ticket sales are there when I was saying don't pre-buy stuff because it just encourages big company. And they go, this isn't about that. It's about the
No,
brand.
it's you were making almost the point of the same thing with pre-buying games. It's like you're putting a lot of faith in a major company, regardless of the movie, to produce something you're going to enjoy rather than waiting to see what the reviews and stuff are.
Right.
But Marvel has a fucking great track record, so it's hard to make the argument here. Whereas with many other properties, no matter what they are, I could understand the hesitation to pre-order.
Yes, and a lot of people were saying, hey, this is the first black superhero movie in the new Marvel universe, and if we as an audience don't come in hard, they might not make another one, so we are doubling down as an audience. And it's like, hey, go for it. Let's keep it going.
But on the Netflix side of things, there's a new trailer for their latest docuseries, Dirty Money, which they describe as an up-close and personal view into untold stories of scandal and corruption in the world of business. This sounds right up your alley.
Boom. Let me see it.
Yeah, this is something that you'd be very into because you love...
Tech a Tuesday, Phil.
Yeah.
Isn't going to be sitting there just taking notes and tweeting out everything.
What do you mean the whole world's fucking everybody up?
That's weird.
Companies are preying on people.
I'm consumer rights guy.
No. Subjects that they're going to cover in this series include Volkswagen, HSBC, Trump Incorporated, and Big Pharma, which, if you watch the trailer, you'll see that it'll apparently be featuring a cameo from Weekly Weird News reoccurring character Martin Shkreli.
Ooh.
Turns out they made a real person out of Martin Shkreli.
That's crazy.
Who knew? This series drops on January 26th, so it's right around the corner. And really quick before we leave and before I head out to San Antonio for our live shows on Saturday, I want to show you guys this fantastic Twitter thread from user Brian Young. I'm going to link it below. We can't show the whole thing on the screen right now, but he goes into vast detail about why Luke Skywalker acted the way he did in Last Jedi because, as you know, I saw the movie a week after it came out and had seen nothing but hate online before I went and saw it. I ended up loving it, and he put so many great points into like words on a Twitter thread that I think if just check it out and read it, but then come back here and argue about it, because I'm sure everyone's gonna have the same opinions that they left with. But he put into words the things that I was thinking the whole time. I'm not as articulate with movies, nor do I have the background in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Star Wars University.
Star Wars Academy.
Yeah. People talk about it. I'm like, buddy, there's things in your brain that you're now missing, and you've replaced with Star Wars facts.
He's just push it all out. He's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Be sure to follow our Twitch page, twitch.tv/etc_show, so you can watch our live shows from PAX South on Saturday. And then check out our other videos from this week, including a brand new episode of Weekly Weird News about airline travel still being bad, but maybe it's worse now because people are disgusting.
Sucks.
And also a brand new Tech News Day, which also features Phil.
Hey, yeah. And no, I had nothing to do with CES. His power went out for a couple hours.
Okay, buddy. Where were you on?
I don't know why.
He went missing.
I don't know why you pointed.
He just got back. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.